अस्सलाम वालेकुम। मेरा नाम सैयद नबील बिजनेस वाला है। आई एम स्टूडेंट एट रेहान कॉलेज करंगे कैंपस। वेलकम टू द न्यू एपिसोड ऑफ टॉक विद चैट जीपीटी। जी, तो आज का हमारा जो टॉपिक है चैट जीपीटी के साथ वो है अंडरस्टैंडिंग इमोशनल इंटेलिजेंस, व्हाट इट इज़ एंड व्हाई इट मैटर्स। तो बेसिकली जो हम इस टॉपिक को ऐसे समझेंगे कि जो है इमोशनल इंटेलिजेंस का मतलब है कि अपने इमोशंस को समझना और कंट्रोल करना और दूसरों की फीलिंग्स को भी समझना। मतलब अगर हम इसको आसान तरीके से बताएं किसी को, तो हम ऐसे बता सकते हैं कि अपने इमोशंस और दूसरों के जो इमोशंस होते हैं उनको फील करो और समझ कर बिहेव करो उस तरीके से। तो मतलब जैसे हम जो बात कर रहे हैं, अपने इमोशन को समझो और उसके इमोशन को समझ के फिर जो है बिहेव करना। तो इसको हम जो है ये नाम देते हैं अंडरस्टैंडिंग इमोशनल इंटेलिजेंस। तो इस टॉपिक पर आज हम चैट जीपीटी से कन्वर्सेशन करेंगे। तो शुरू करते हैं अपनी कन्वर्सेशन। Hello ChatGPT, welcome to today's interviews. So Ping, can you explain what emotional intelligence means in simple words?
Sure. Emotional intelligence is basically the ability to notice and understand emotions, both your own and other people's, and use that awareness to guide your actions. So, things like managing your reactions, staying calm under pressure, and handling relationships thoughtfully instead of impulsively.
Okay, how can a person understand their own emotions and recognize what they are feeling?
One simple way is to pause and name what's happening. Like, instead of just, I feel bad, try, I feel tense and a bit worried. You can tune in by noticing body cues like a tight chest, quick breathing, or feeling restless. Writing things down in a quick journal note can help spot patterns over time. And if you're not sure, describe the feeling without judging it. That alone starts to bring clarity.
Okay. My next question is, what is important to control our emotions instead of allowing them to control our decisions and actions?
When emotions drive every move, they can kind of hijack your judgment. So you might snap at someone or avoid a decision you actually need to make. The point isn't to suppress emotions, but to slow down enough to ask, is this feeling giving useful info or is it clouding the picture? Sometimes emotions are data, not orders. You acknowledge them, then choose your response. That tiny pause is often the difference between reacting and acting with intention.
Okay, Zabardast. Next question. How does emotional intelligence affect the way we communicate and build relationships with other peoples?
Great question. When you're aware of your emotions and can also read others well, your communication just flows better. You pick up on tone and body language sooner, listen more patiently, and respond in ways that feel respectful instead of reactive. That tends to build trust, and trust is the bedrock of strong relationships. Without it, even technically correct communication can feel cold or defensive. So, emotional intelligence isn't just a nice add on, it's sort of shapes the whole vibe of a connection.
Okay, what is empathy and how can understanding other people's feelings improve relationships?
Empathy
हाँ जी।
is putting yourself in someone else's position, trying to feel what they might be experiencing, even if you don't agree. When you try to understand instead of instantly judging, people usually feel safer opening up. It makes conversations feel more like teamwork and less like, well, debate clubs. Empathy doesn't mean agreeing with everything. It's more like, I hear you, I get why that matters to you. And that kind of validation usually makes problem solving easier later. But it's kind of like emotional glue for relationships.
Okay. Can emotional intelligence help people deal with stress, anger, and difficult situations? If yes, how?
Yes, for stress, it helps you notice early signs like tension or racing thoughts so you can slow down, breathe, or step back before things spill over. With anger, naming it out loud sometimes is enough. Like, I'm feeling really frustrated right now, which can prevent lashing out. Then you can pick a calmer response. Maybe a break, maybe a clear but kind words. Over time, that builds confidence that tough feelings don't have to control you. It's not magic, but it makes handling hard moments way more manageable.
How important is emotional intelligence in education work and leadership?
Pretty darn important. In education, it helps teachers notice when students are stressed or disengaged. So support fits the person, not just the test score. In leadership, it helps to read the room, to inspire instead of intimidate, and to handle conflict before it blows up. Leaders with empathy usually get more honest feedback because people feel seen, not just managed. And that combo, awareness, calm, and clear communication, tends to boost both performance and well being.
Okay.
It's actually feels
Mm.
human.
Finally, as we come to the end of our conversation, what is one important message you would like to give to anyone who wants to understand their emotions and improve their relationships with others?
Start with curiosity, not perfection. Notice what you feel and get curious about why. Then share a little of that honestly with others. Even something small like, hey, I'm a bit overwhelmed right now. That mix of self awareness and simple, respectful honesty, it can improve relationships way more than fancy techniques. It's not a switch that flips overnight, but bit by bit, it changes how you connect and how you grow.
ओके। जी तो ये थी आज की हमारी चैट जीपीटी के साथ कन्वर्सेशन, जिसमें हमने जाना कि हम जो है दूसरे की फीलिंग समझ के बिहेव कैसे करना चाहिए हमें। کہ ہمیں تو ایسا ہوتا ہے نا کہ اپنی پڑھی ہے کہ دوسرا کیا بول رہا ہے اس کی سمجھ میں ہی نہیں آتی، اس کو فیل نہیں کرتے کہ وہ کہنا کیا چاہ رہا ہے اصل میں، بس اس کی بات کو
بالکل،
سنتے ہیں
بات
اور
کو کرنا.
جی جی جی. تو
ہاں،
یہ تھا ہمارا
ہم سمجھتے ہیں
آج
کہ
کا
ہم کیا محسوس
چیٹ
کر
جی پی ٹی
رہے
کے
ہیں.
ساتھ انٹرویو. تو ملتے ہیں کسی نیکسٹ ایپیسوڈ میں، تب تک کے لیے اللہ حافظ.